Welcome to the Daily Tech News Channel, your daily download of everything AI, tech, and business. We break down the headlines, decode the hype, and deliver sharp, no-fluff insights you can actually use. From breakthrough AI tools and tech trends to market moves and startup stories, we've got it all, every single day. Stay smart, stay ahead, hit subscribe, and let's dive in. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got a packed roundup of the biggest tech and business stories from the past 24 hours, covering key developments from Canada, the US, China, and the UK. From AI breakthroughs to fintech funding, global trade tension, and government tech policy shifts, here's everything you need to know. Let's kick things off with the international stage. Tech and trade tensions continue to define the global business landscape. In the latest development, leaders in the US and UK finalized a new trade deal. But interestingly, the UK chose to keep its digital services tax, which targets major US tech companies, instead of removing it. This decision aligns with public opinion. Only about a third of Britons supported getting rid of the tax. Meanwhile, in the US, Federal Reserve officials are warning that recently imposed import tariffs could drive consumer prices up. They say inventory buffers are running thin, and inflation could flare up again if tariffs start biting into supply chains. Over in China, US chipmaker Nvidia is moving forward with a new plan to sidestep export restrictions. They've designed a new AI processor tailored specifically for China. It's part of the Blackwell chip series but uses less powerful, and thus export-compliant, components. It's also priced much lower than previous versions, showing how tech giants are adapting to shifting geopolitical realities. China, on its side, is doubling down on innovation. Xiaomi just announced it will spend the equivalent of $28 billion on R&D over the next 5 years. And the Chinese government revealed a major plan to modernize the country's supply chains using AI, blockchain, and the Internet of Things. Now, let's turn to AI and startups, two areas that continue to surge. In Canada, the Royal Bank of Canada says it expects to generate up to $1 billion Canadian from AI efficiencies by 2027. That's about $700 million. It's a strong sign that big banks are fully embracing AI to streamline operations and improve customer experience. On the startup side, Canadian AI company Cohere is making waves. The company has doubled its annualized revenue to $100 million, thanks to rising demand for enterprise-grade, privacy-focused AI solutions. In the US, a startup named Intempus is working on a fascinating frontier, giving robots emotional expressions. The idea is that emotionally expressive robots could better interact with people, while also feeding data into AI models to make them even more realistic. It's the merging of robotics, AI, and behavioral science. Next up, fintech and crypto. A Toronto startup called Keep just closed a major funding round, securing $12 million in equity as part of a $23 million total raise. Their mission? Build better banking and expense tools for small and medium-sized businesses. On the crypto front, Coinbase Canada's venture arm has backed Stablecorp, which raised nearly $2 million to expand its Canadian dollar-backed stablecoin, XCAD. Coinbase's CEO in Canada says the country needs to fully embrace stablecoins to stay competitive in the global financial system. Meanwhile, Toronto-based fintech giant Wealthsimple has taken a big step in crypto custody. It has selected Canadian custodian Tetra Trust to hold client crypto assets, a move being praised as both strategic and patriotic. Also in Toronto, payments platform Lightspeed announced it has exceeded $1 billion in annual revenue. While that's a major milestone, the company also issued a cautious outlook for the future. In contrast, not all stories were positive. Clean tech firm LetterTech, based in Quebec, revealed it will lay off 95% of its staff as part of a desperate restructuring effort. Now for some homegrown innovation news out of Canada. Health tech startup Jane Software is reportedly seeking funding at a valuation close to $1.8 billion. They make digital tools for health practitioners and are rapidly gaining investor attention. But there's also concern in the Canadian venture capital space. A new survey from Canadian Women in VC found that nearly 1 in 4 female venture capital professionals have left the industry since 2019. The findings are raising urgent questions about retention and inclusion in tech finance. Meanwhile, Calgary is aiming to become Canada's next innovation capital. City leaders are rolling out a new innovation strategy, launching downtown tech hubs, and expanding support programs for entrepreneurs. The prairie provinces are getting serious about competing with bigger tech cities. In terms of federal policy, Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney, the former Bank of England governor, is prioritizing government-led tech initiatives. His mandate letter calls for large-scale deployment of AI in public services. It's a bold statement of intent from the country's top leadership. But not everyone agrees on the approach. Richard Sutton, one of the pioneers of reinforcement learning and a Turing Award winner, warned against overly top-down regulation of AI. He says human-level AI is inevitable, and that stifling innovation with fear-based policies could do more harm than good. So, what are the key takeaways from the last 24 hours? Global tech firms are rapidly adapting to shifting trade dynamics and export rules. AI is driving huge gains across banking, healthcare, robotics, and enterprise tech. Canada's fintech sector is booming, with new funding, billion-dollar milestones, and crypto infrastructure all evolving fast. China is pouring billions into R&D and upgrading its supply chains to stay ahead. Policymakers across Canada, the US, and the UK are trying to keep pace, with mixed results. That's your quick and complete update on what's happening in tech and business around the world today. If you found this roundup helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.